Call the Commissioners Court to order, and we will declare a quorum. And I'll go ahead and say a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity for us to do the people's business. Lord, we ask for your guidance. We ask for your wisdom. Lord, we know that there's things going on that you see from beginning to end. And Lord, we just ask you to guide us down the right path. Lord, just ask you to watch over and to take care of Wayne Bradford's family as they're dealing with his loss. And we ask these things in your son's precious name. Amen.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. You're up.
I'm up. I have minutes of regular meeting from March 10th, 2025. So what is that? That's this one?
I didn't get
Did
they were on that.
they do? You understand you're supposed to read those minutes out loud.
No, that will be somebody else's job.
This is going to be fun.
I thought she was going to read the financial statement.
No. Is that this one right here?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So then I just pass it around.
Well, we got to vote on it. No personnel report.
No.
Do you want me to help you, Tammy?
That's just, we got to sign. Then next we go through the budgetary stuff.
Okay. So y'all have to, I guess y'all got to see them? Or you,
No. We just vote on it and sign on it.
Okay.
You're good. So next.
Okay, there are 6 certifications of additional revenue. There are amendment changes by fund. The February investment report, auditor's report, unreconciled as of March 14th. The treasurer's February report, and departmental financial reports. And help me out here, Tammy. Do you know who all you have, or do you want me just to say who I have?
DMV, JP 1 and 2.
Okay. And then bills, claims, and accounts.
Yeah.
There are 8 sets. And the certificates of course completion on open meetings and public information and cybersecurity. Who do you have?
Open meeting, public information certificate, cyber certificate.
Yeah. Andy, Sonia, Galia, Tracy, Loretta.
Same as above is the next
For
one.
the open meetings and the public information and the cybersecurity.
Daryl Dyer, Galia David, Olivia,
Yeah.
Lisa Johnson, Loretta Key, Shelby Williams, Sonia Neal, and Tracy Parker.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And it's it says no.
You should have the sign sheets. David will sign those right there.
These?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next that set right there is the stuff for us to sign. That's agenda items.
February investment report, y'all should have that. There are 2 CDs for $250,000 apiece at First Financial Bank. One redeemed last week, matured last week, and I redeemed it to be moved this week to First National Bank, Wichita Falls, as we discussed previously. One Schertz Bank CD, one Prosperity Bank CD, each $250,000. We have the money market account at First National Bank, Wichita Falls, with $558,162.53. Texas Class, $581,105.72. Texpool Prime, $593,734.74. Texpool at $374,962.02. And ARPA funds and Texas Class for $300,564.52. This report is made in accordance with the provisions of Government Code 2256, the Public Funds Investment Act. Investments held in the Eastland County portfolio comply with the Public Funds Investment Act and the county's investment policies and strategies. Any questions on that? That's just Kathy's.
Are you gonna get a new OPEC?
We'll talk
Okay.
about that today.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers yet, so when
They're in there. I guess we get them. They got them.
I haven't
It's in-
gotten the numbers yet.
Yeah.
When I get the numbers, I will open a new
clerk stuff. Have we
account.
done the amendments yet?
Or
Was there?
a packet or something.
I mean, I've got an amendment sheet.
For,
Oh,
line
it
item
hasn't been
adjustment.
voted on yet.
Okay, that's what I was double checking.
Yeah, nothing's been voted on
That
yet.
one?
No, that's for the executive session.
Judge, would it be okay if Christina went ahead and did her treasurer's report before I do mine? Chronologically, it'll make more sense.
Would it somehow help Christina out, or would that?
Would that help you out?
Yes, that would help me
No,
tremendously.
we're absolutely. Go ahead, Christina.
Okay, so by February report, you will see the bank ending my affidavit for the amount of cash and assets in the custody of my office as of February 28th, 2025 was $9,519,180.59. The next page is my spreadsheet of month-ending bank account totals for February. Then you'll see the monthly fund balance report by fund. The actual ending balance is your balance in the GLs as of February 28th, totaling $10,809,255.79. The interest statement from October 2023 through February 2024, the total credits column, we earned $145,915.25. The next report is October 24 through February 2025. The total credits column, you will see we earned $162,231.09. Still earning a little bit more. Then you'll see the report portfolio from First Financial Bank with a pledged market value of $10,843,255.06. They've pledged new securities at First Financial Bank, so I've just included those. 2 new securities. The pledged security listing for Prosperity Bank with a market value of $99,904.64. The Eastland County debt in February, we paid off the 2 First Financial Bank Wichita Falls loans for road and bridge equipment. We have 1 left at American National Leasing. And that will be it. These go in the stack for everybody to sign.
She
Any
doesn't have
questions?
the line item adjustment signing.
It's right here.
Okay.
And then on my report, these are unreconciled balances as of March 14th. On the first report on page 1, and we're looking at the actual ending balance column, general fund, all funds on deposit, $5,760,558. Road and bridge, all funds on deposit, $1,043,223.91. On the second page at the bottom, the rest of the funds are listed, and then the actual ending general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for the county, $12,375,667.83. I also included the statement of revenue and expense, and the first report is county funds. You'll see general fund, and we're looking at variance here, the variance favorable or unfavorable. Revenues, we are under what's budgeted right now, $1,928,234.82. Expenditures, we are under what's budgeted, $6,817,822.85. Then in road and bridge, you'll see that we are over budget on the expenditures, $666,079.37, but that's because of the grant. And then the other funds are listed. The next report should be adult and juvenile probation, which are state funds on state fiscal year. And then I also included the schedule of lease payments.
Any questions for Loretta? Okay, any questions for, sure, we have questions for the county clerk's office.
No answers.
I make the motion to accept all the.
Okay, motion by Roberts, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. Post same sign. Motion carries. I know we're still signing stuff. What do we think about the burn ban?
That's good.
Just leave it on
Yeah.
because we had one in Olden.
If there's any reason to take the burn ban off.
Not at this point.
Commissioner Wilson, do you vote aye to approve the consent agenda?
I heard him.
You heard him
aye.
from the restroom?
I heard him. I heard him aye as he was going out the door.
I thought you was talking about the burn ban. Rain's coming though.
I hope so.
I hope so, but they're only talking about maybe a half-inch total. Hey, Jay. And then that's the sign part right there. On that dude.
I need to sign here, baby.
Judge, you get one, you get one. Christian.
Review emergency amendments.
Oh, Loretta gets one.
No emergency amendments.
Ms. Cagle. Would you step forward? Sheriff, would you escort Ms. Cagle up here? You may get Jay to help you.
I'm not fine.
Because I know she can be pretty feisty.
That's fine.
Jay,
Good
how are
morning.
you?
I'm good. How are all of y'all?
Doing good.
Good. Well, I'm
I know
here.
you miss being here.
I do. I miss all of you. All your smiling faces. That's right.
Such a sweet lady. What a big fibber.
But seriously, I'm here on the behalf of the Eastland County Child Welfare Board, and April is our Child Abuse Prevention Month, and every year we come before y'all to ask y'all to read a proclamation which tells the community that we're backing the families and the children, and we're working together with our school, our cities, and our county to make a better place for our kids. And so, and also we're asking for a date, which I think you set for April the 1st at 10 p.m.
Let's get real close to my bedtime.
8 a.m. I just thought it'd be nice to have it at night. Fireworks.
I'm good. I think that's when Shelby scheduled that and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have? Because I was looking at. Do you happen to have the one that we did last year.
I do at home. I did not bring it.
No. Just if you could get us a copy or send us a picture and stuff. 'Cause it seems like we put that on a nice piece of paper or something. This one is just it's just the the text.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I printed it out for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've got it in there, but
Oh, you got
I wanted
it,
to put that on
On
a
that.
nicer piece of paper, and then we'll have places for everybody to sign.
Okay, this one, the one that you had last year. I don't have a copy of it with the sign. I just have a piece of paper like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to Ginger and we'll get something.
Okay.
going.
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay. So I need a motion to consider and sign the Child Abuse Prevention Month proclamation, and also discuss and consider reading the above proclamation on the north side of the Eastland County Courthouse on April 1st at 10 a.m. Motion by Mr. Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Both motions pass.
Thank you. And the other thing that's on there, and I should have just said them all at 3 times, is our pinwheels that we put on the courthouse lawn to represent every child that we represent in our county. And we wanted to know if we could get those on there and let them stay from April the 1st through April the 30th. Yeah.
I don't know how many, with the wind being like it is, I don't know how many are going to be left an hour after you put them out.
That's
but
true. That's true.
I certainly don't have a problem with that.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank y'all very much. And
Thank you,
y'all,
Sandy.
thank you for the
Sandy.
job you do.
Thank you, Sandy, for getting to see you. Okay, discuss. Yeah, but we were gonna cut things on last piece of paper. I just need the authority to sign it.
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming that was in the
Yes.
motion. Okay. Hey, Ginger.
Okay. Okay.
Good gosh, man.
Yes.
Is your allergies?
No, I still ain't got through that cough.
You still got that cough? Wow.
Not as bad, but it's bad in the evening.
Remind me when she gets off the phone. I don't know what she's doing. Discuss county bridge inspections and concerns. Text Justin Reyes. Mr. Reyes, have a seat. Thank you for coming today.
Tried to look up some information on the internet just to share. There's this first page is like it goes along with like a YouTube video that they have on there, kind of explaining the inspection process and things like that. I guess what I'd like to mainly talk about is so any bridge. So I'm the bridge inspection coordinator for TxDOT, and I look after the bridges that are 20 foot long or longer. And so if a bridge is 20 foot or longer, it has to go into a national registry with the Federal Highway Administration, the FHWA. If it's in that category, it has to be inspected every 2 years by a licensed engineer. So TxDOT handles all the inspections of all the bridges, and not only the ones on the highways that belong to TxDOT, but the bridges on the county roads that belong to the county.
We don't own those. Y'all do. Counties don't own any.
Well,
They're TxDOT right of ways, not county roads. If you look them up, they're actually TxDOT right of ways. Supreme Court of Texas said we can't own them. They said TxDOT has to own them because we're a political subdivision of the state. That was a ruling that come out in late 1990s, and then that's the reason why we had to adopt the county road books.
Okay.
And that made all county roads that were in that book TxDOT right of ways. So we don't technically own those. The law allows us to work on them, but we don't actually own them.
Okay.
That's the reason why they're on y'all's inventory, not ours.
Well, I guess the deal will come down to if you're allowed to work on them, then you're allowed to do the maintenance, right?
We can.
Okay.
We don't have to. Roads are not a requirement for us. That's the reason why even the law that you sent to us, it says we may. We don't have to.
Okay.
On those. Roads and bridges, and the two things that cause the most headaches, roads and bridges and public safety, are the two things we as a county do not have to provide.
Okay.
But we don't technically own county roads.
Yes, sir. But the deal is, so TxDOT can't really spend money to do the preventive maintenance on the bridges that are on the county roads. So I'm really I kind of just share the information from what we gather when we inspect them, letting them know if they're safe and if there are any improvements that could be done.
Were these inspections actually done by TxDOT, or were these done by a TxDOT contractor?
Contract.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wonder what you paid him.
So the deal is, what they're trying to do is, instead of TxDOT inspecting all of them, they have a outside third party inspect them as an unbiased opinion. So that's why TxDOT has it where. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm
So
assuming
that's-
it's bid out because it's different each year, because
Yes, sir.
in past years, David, we've had them come in and they've said, one cycle says do this, and then we done it, and the next cycle told us to undo what we did 2 years prior.
So you're right. It's different opinions, and
Yeah.
I deal with that on the highway bridges as well.
Yeah.
Where so as the inspections come in, I'm trying to help filter them down to make sure we all have the same goal,
Right.
And we're not just spending money on improvements that may not actually help improve the bridge.
Right.
And so it is a challenge, but
Yeah.
that's kind of part of it when you're trying to get an unbiased opinion. Right now, I have a inspection contract happening. It started back in December and it ends in May, and right now it's on all the county bridges, and not just your county, but other counties in the area. And once I get all those reports, maybe around May or something like that, I'll send all those reports to you. Right now, as they're inspecting, so it's whenever they come with these findings that look severe, those are the ones that I go ahead and share with you, because those are items that they need to be looked at quickly.
Sure.
And so that's the reason why I reached out to you sooner on some of those.
I appreciate that. I know you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on this deal. I guess the part that annoyed me is, well, I'm going to be inspecting this every so often and blah, 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 blah and stuff. You know, basically like you felt the need to put the county on notice that we were going to have to come up with money that we hadn't even budgeted for.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Yes, sir.
and then like I said again, you know, you over here saying these are our bridges. It's amazing with TxDOT, you know, what's ours and what's y'all's, depending on what perspective we're looking at, you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, don't be mad at him. He like to say,
No, I'm
on
not.
this deal. But one of these days you'll get that invoice in the mail that say we owe thousands of dollars for a right of way we didn't know we bought either, and we get an invoice in the mail from TxDOT saying we got to pay for a purchase of a right of way we didn't budget for. So I mean that's just the system. Did you take Alan's place?
I did.
Oh, I hadn't heard from him in forever.
Yes, sir.
And when he started sending stuff, I wondered if he hung her up.
No, he's still there.
Oh, he's still there?
Yes, sir. I used to sit right next to him. That's where I learned a lot of stuff.
Oh.
So
He
again,
probably told you, don't go down there.
so again, based on however much this amount that you paid the contractor for, we couldn't have applied applied any of that money toward the remediation of the bridge.
Well, my concern is if we're gonna spend that much money to recoup, what is our time? I mean, are we recouping it for a year, having to spend 40,000, or are we recouping it for 10 years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's the financial stability that we're looking for to get the big bang for our buck? Because my budget for bridges is $7,500.
Mhm.
So when you're talking about Ronnie's is a little bit more, but you're talking about wiping out half of his budget to fix one.
Yes.
On there.
Not half his budget for bridges, half his
Half
budget.
his budget. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of difference.
9 to 7 this year.
Yeah.
7,000.
So yeah, so there's 3 bridges in his precinct that basically have severe erosion, and I don't know if it's from maybe the drought, and then you have rains and drought rains, or
No, we had some big rain.
I know there
2 or
was
3 back to back.
several months back, right? Some flash flooding, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you have a lot of dead trees in a creek and they pile up on the bridge and that directs the water to places it doesn't need to go. And
Well, that's the leftovers from the fires.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, it was
The
in Carbon
dead
area,
trees,
right?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Justin, you said 3. All I know about was 2. 185 and 303. What's the other?
There's actually 2 of them on 303 where
Okay,
Nash
I know.
Creek
Yeah.
comes back across the county road.
Huh.
There's 2 of them there.
I don't see it. I mean, you might even, but
I wonder if all that is closed out from that FEMA money that we got for that last flood down in Rising Star. Is there any way for us to go back and explore say, hey, by the way,
There's not now.
TxDOT came in and dropped a,
Mom.
yeah.
I don't know. In 15 and 16, when we had this stuff, they actually come out and looked at every bridge within a week of the flooding for us to make sure everything was good, so that we could add it to that stuff. Because I'm not for sure that they didn't get some grant money or FEMA money back then for some of the bridge stuff that happened when 6 washed out and all that.
So how come y'all didn't do that this time?
Well, 2 things. Number one is it was localized, so there's no disaster for them.
It's a disaster to our budget.
I know it is a disaster to our budget.
Could we maybe get that next time? That if we have a flood like that you guys could go out there and look at that?
So, I mean, if it floods, we can go out there and take measurements and take a look at it. The ones on Nash Creek, every time it floods, I usually try to go out there and take some measurements on how deep it's eroded out. For FEMA, things like that, I think that's something that y'all have to apply for, right?
Yeah, we're not asking you to apply for it.
Okay,
We're
okay.
just asking you to give us an opinion on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we need
Yes, sir.
the opinion saying
Yeah,
they've
okay.
got to be fixed. That's what
Yes,
he's saying.
yes, you can. I've done that for other counties. You can send me information and tell me which one, and I'll go take a look and take pictures and put something together for you.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Another thing, Justin, to me on Nash Creek, why wouldn't it be better if you put a low water crossing there and it'd be done?
You could do that.
I guess that's a question. I was thinking about it. I
Mhm.
thought, well, to me, we're going to go Band-Aid it right now. And, 5 years down the road, it might just wash away the way it looks to me.
It could. You never know.
Yeah.
There's not much clearance there, and then you got big trees
Yeah.
coming down that one. If you wanted to turn it into a low water crossing, you could do it.
Would y'all help us with that?
I think we can.
And you're from the government, you're here to help us,
Well,
which is crazy because I was a state employee at one time. Okay, anything else we can ask Mr. Reyes here?
So I guess, Judge, my question is, is that, so do I fix it, or all 3 of them, or where we at? That's $100,000 easy, just to try to Band-Aid these together.
Maybe we could try to find a lower cost option to repair those if you're up for it. the estimate that you had was, it was a lot of flowable fill concrete, right? You might be able to pile a lot of rocks in there and then fill in with all the gaps with concrete. That might trim it back a bit if you have access to a lot of rock somewhere. I mean, big rock. The first one on Ash Creek, it's mainly eroded on one end, on an abutment. I think that estimate covers the entire channel. You could probably focus on one spot.
I guess
maybe
how would you put the rock underneath there like that? Because I don't know any piece of equipment like skin a boom or something like that. I don't know what you use to get big rock up in there.
you're right, it's tough.
That's real tough, yeah.
So our contractors, they use mini excavators with a little grapple on the end, and that's how they reach in places. That one is very small and short. You probably would have to push it in there somehow.
Yeah. I don't know how we do it.
Or just tell one of my grandkids don't put any rocks in there. I mean,
And that tail in there.
it'll be full.
It's
In about
pretty
30
good.
minutes.
What the height clearance on it?
Maybe 6 foot.
Really?
Ain't Justin?
I think shorter than that.
That's shorter than
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah, I don't know how you get in there.
But it is a concern because I can't remember how far it's eroded, but it's like 3 foot underneath the footing. So the bottom of the concrete, there's 3 foot below that.
And when I said the low water crossing, we could demolition it, and then, well, I don't know, we put in probably 3 to 4 since I've been here, low water crossing, and they're about 20, 30,000. And that's where I was thinking, well, we're fixing to spend 30 and don't know if it's going to hold.
Yes, sir.
And I know a low water crossing will be there for 50 years up here, but
I
that's
like
an option.
that. I like that idea.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And that could be a better long-term decision for you, but it's up to you.
Would we have to get an engineer and all that stuff too if we did it, or?
No, a low water crossing is different.
Yeah, I didn't know the rules on that.
It doesn't even have to be registered or anything.
Really?
If you put enough tin horns in there though to stretch it out 20 feet, then it can sometimes be turned into a bridge.
Right. I don't
the-
like tin horns in them, but
So the low water crossing would actually belong to us, not to TechStop.
Yes.
Mhm.
TechStop's real good about making sure everything they redo is not 20 foot.
It makes things simpler.
Yeah. Once it's not 20 foot, then they don't have to inspect it. So the last several they've done on my side has not been 20 foot.
so you're saying keep them under 20 foot?
Yeah, if you keep him under 20 foot, he don't have to jack well.
And we've had other counties where they put in tin horns, but they've spaced them out really far. They might put a few close to each other, and then they'll put a big gap, and that kind of interrupts that 20 foot.
Right.
There's one in Brown County they put in. I bet you it's probably your 60 or 80 foot long low water crossing. They kind of just staggered different tin horns through there.
What I see about putting tin horns, every one that they have done, they always stop up, and the water still go over, but the end of the tin horn just gets clogged up. So you make the depth where it's supposed to be, and it drains perfect. But
Yes, sir. And if you put a low water crossing, you may need a measuring stick next to it or something to inform people.
right, no problem.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Reyes? Okay, Justin, thank you for being
Thank
here
you for
today.
coming.
Yes, sir.
What I heard from him was, from Inspector Clouseau, it's not my dog.
So Judge, what do you want? I guess my question is, he said if we don't do something, they're going to close the road. I always want, because I've never had this issue. What do you want?
How are they going to close the road if they don't own the
I
road?
don't know. That's what he told me. Is that what you said, Justin?
So if it looks, if it gets unsafe, then we're required to close it. And And so we'd share information with you about closing and putting barricades and things like that. It doesn't really come from TxDOT, it's mostly from the Federal Highway Administration. It comes all the way from there.
It's a
But they'll-
CYA situation.
They'll send a contractor down, and they'll look at that to do that, right? Because that seems to be the going deal. We're
It's
just going to
usually
send a
the
contractor down.
consultants that come and whenever they're inspecting, they'll say, this is unsafe, we gotta close this to just
Good enough.
protect people.
I think which one's the on that
Nash Creek.
Nash Creek? You said there's two on there,
You said yes, sir.
and one of those is the one that you think you can turn into a low water crossing.
Yes, sir. Both of them, matter of fact.
Well, if we could do that, I mean, which are those the two critical ones?
Yeah. Justin's saying
There's 3 critical ones.
that. And the other one, we
Yeah, you
can't-
get the right to say you got two critical ones when you're not bringing a checkbook to the table.
Yeah. We could do them too, but then the other one we can't turn into a little crossing. We do have to do something underneath it because it is a bigger bridge.
When we're talking about critical and stuff, what's the time frame? I mean, I know you can't predict the weather or anything else, but what's the time frame that we need to be trying to come up with the money that you're mandating us to come up with
So
for the record?
I'll explain the timeframes, but keep in mind that those are guidelines and it all depends on everybody's budget and how they get things done. In that inspection system, if it's considered a follow-up action level 1, it's a critical finding. The recommendation is 30 days. Okay. Not everybody can meet those needs, and so what it comes down to is I go and inspect them every 30 days until something gets resolved or gets closed or something like that. The next level is the follow-up action level 2, and those are 6 months out. And then the next level from that is level 3, 2 years out.
So just out of curiosity, why this is starting my 3rd year in office. This is the first time I've heard about these 2 bridges.
But so very well be the results of the big rains back there. I mean, it could very well not been from it.
Right.
It happened between the 2-year inspections that this could be a result of something that happened because of the big rain and the fire situation at the same time.
Well, we're fixing to be in budget here in about 2 months. I mean,
Yeah, like I say, I just don't want. That's why I was coming. I don't want to pop up and they got the road closed. Asking why ain't y'all done something? That's where I'm at on this.
Blame TxDOT and give him his phone number.
I got his phone number. That's an easy way out.
Yeah, sir, can you get his home phone number for me? Well, I mean, I don't know that we can do anything at this meeting for that. Can we, Loretta?
Not
We're
really.
here to-
No, we need to put an action item on the
Yeah.
agenda. But we have another meeting on the 7th.
So that discuss it. If we put it on there.
Yeah, just make
She's
sure.
talking about if you want to declare an emergency type situation.
I guess we need to figure out how much hitting all 3 of those. You're not going to come up with any in the next few months, are you? Any more declarations?
I sure hope not.
I hope so
They
too.
should be done inspecting in this county.
When?
They should.
They should be done
Last
now.
one.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Well, I can get bids on low water crossings. That give me an idea. See where we go from there. Then I guess
Okay.
Estimates.
estimates. Yes. That's what I said, right. Okay, that gives me an idea what I need to do, sir.
How do we want to discuss and take and discuss and take under consideration 3 county road bridges
Well,
replacement or modifications or
It'll
whatever?
be several agenda items.
mhm. We
You'll
need
have
to
to, you'll have to discuss it, then you'll have to declare emergency, then you'll have to figure out how to fund it.
Well,
that's going to be the tricky part.
Yeah.
okay. Well, one of y'all tell Ginger what to put on there. We'll put on the next. We'll put that on the next agenda item. Justin, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Donnie, discuss and consider modifying the courthouse third floor maintenance closet to use as a temporary restroom and other alternatives. What other alternatives are we discussing?
Porta potty
Porta potty?
on the ledge. We can bring Ronnie's lift over here and we'll put it out there on the ledge.
That's the only thing I know is turn that into a bathroom because he needs a men's and women's bathroom coming up, courts coming up for the.
What's the timetable on this? I mean, how long will that take to do?
I had a discussion with Judge Harrod about this. There's already an issue because the one restroom on the third floor is a men's restroom right now. We did some work on it years ago, kind of intending for it to be unisex, but at this point, that's really not possible. But jurors now, when we have a jury come in, that's the one complaint, or that is a complaint that he's getting is our restroom situation. But with the trial coming up, and there's going to be 2 courts going on the third floor at the same time. So he is looking for some remediation. And Donnie had suggested that maintenance closet that's up there already has water coming to it, and that would be a Band-Aid, a temporary solution. If we start really modifying restrooms, we're going to have to comply with ADA, and it's going to get very expensive. One of the other alternatives is on days they have both courts going, open the second floor restrooms so they can come down and use
They
these.
used to be public.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Second floor restrooms used to always be public restrooms,
Mm-hmm.
a men's and a women's.
So what Donnie had suggested is just modifying that closet into a temporary restroom.
That seems like a cheaper alternative at this point.
Sewer over there. For the
Yeah.
toilet.
All the main sewer runs down right there. We're gonna tie into.
Do you have to have approval from the historical commission to make a deal like that, since we all got emails from them saying don't do nothing to your courthouse without prior approval? I guess y'all got that email.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, we got an email from the new lady over the courthouse side of the historical commission that said don't do nothing to your courthouse without prior approval. Basically, it's a big long letter.
Oh,
Let's will you check on that?
okay.
So my recommendation is that if he can get the historical commission to approve that we go and approve the 4,100 on the deal. That's my recommendation.
Well, that or we can just open the bathrooms back up down here on the second floor to the public, and it won't cost nothing.
I think at some point we're going to have to do that anyway. I'm just saying that this is a temporary fix on that deal, but the trial part is what's kind of jamming us up on that. But I think that's where it's going to go. But I think it's probably going to wind up being a combination of all that before it's over, because you're talking about a huge amount of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the last court deal I had, we sent out, I think, 225 notices, and we had like 54, 55 people show up. So, I mean, you're dealing with, the county court having court. You're dealing with, we've got a upcoming probate jury trial coming up, sitting judges coming in for it. So there's a whole lot of people making
Yeah.
demands on that. So anyway.
I just forwarded you that letter.
Okay.
It's Dana Larkin.
Did you forward it to me too?
I'm sorry, it came from Dana Larkin, but it's Bradford Patterson, Director of Preservation Programs.
So are we gonna proceed, or are we gonna give him an opportunity, because we need to get this done pretty quick? Well, you can surely get it done by the next
one.
next.
Historical Commission takes a little while because you're gonna have to send pictures and plans and.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since it's not an easy fix, let's go ahead and, my recommendation is at this point is go ahead and table it until we can get that permission, because I don't want them beating the door down. Is there we need a motion to table it, or are we just tabling it?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Raines, to table it and give Mr. Gray an opportunity to get a hold of the Historical Commission and, yeah,
All righty. Thank y'all.
thank you. Okay, discuss and consider adopt local financial policy and procedures, amendment number 2 pertaining to the Globe Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Program Infrastructure Contract, blah, blah, blah. Ms. Key, I'm assuming that's yours.
Yes, as a result of the audit on the GLO MIT grant, we need to add the statement of financial goals and policies to our existing financial policy. And what you have in front of you is what Langford suggested.
Yeah, that audit was, and I was only on part of it. It was something else. But I'll tell you this, the lady from Langford that was on that deal, she was a superstar. I mean, every time Glow would come up with something, she'd say, well, we already did that, or hey, you're changing, that's not what you required to begin with, now you're changing something different. I mean, she had them on their heels, but then they still came back with findings, which I think is ultimately the deal. So I need a motion to accept amendment number 2.
And sign it.
And permission to sign. Motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have the one. There you go, a test. Okay, open and accept road material bids and award contracts. Ms. Key.
Oh my goodness, I did not get those. Will you give me just 1 minute?
Okay, just skipping you.
I don't think you.
I got a good one right now,
I
right?
don't think we can, we can't
42
skip you
seconds.
for the next 3.
Yeah. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
And we're going into executive session with you, Lisa?
Yes, sir.
She's back there. How long is that going to take?
Not very long.
All right, well, we can't do it anymore. We got people that was supposed to be here. Yeah, get the amounts as quick as you can so we can sit there and figure out what we're.
Who do you get to do yours? Well, before then, is it never contract me when I was business, James. I think about Flatworks, they're doing about everybody's stuff. Harvey's, Blackhawk, not
I
doing.
got him pouring the floor in my building probably within the next couple of weeks. That's what we're doing. We're trying to empty that building.
Flatworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got what?
Pour floor in there.
Well, that's good. You ought to be a vendor already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a pretty good hill there, one of them. I don't know what I think about it.
I don't know if he's getting anything like that, because I had him look at one for me before one time. The way he told me, I kind of backed out on it. I mean, I didn't like the way that he was going to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because the way it was going to drop off too much at first, and then it would level off.
But that's the way this is one of them. Big.
Yeah, unless we just take the road out, dig it down, I guess, and move forward. But yeah, we just backed out of it.
Four of them this already?
Yes, sir.
Already. So Hawaii pretty fun?
Hawaii? I wish I'd gone to Hawaii.
That wasn't where you went?
I
No,
went.
you told me Hawaii.
I said island. I didn't say.
Oh,
I didn't say
wow.
which one.
Okay.
I was on North Padre.
Oh, close enough.
See?
Yeah.
It was an
No
island.
different.
There you go. You just assumed she went to Hawaii.
But it was very
The
fun.
island just a shorter
Glad you
trip.
had fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I could have flown to Hawaii in the same amount of time. That's a long drive.
Yeah, probably 8-9 hours, isn't it?
Well, it was outside of Corpus, so the map said 6 hours, but by the time you go through San Antonio and stops, it took a long time. I was by myself, so it seemed longer. Yeah, that's South Padre all day.
Yeah.
I sat on the beach with my swimsuit cover on and a towel over me. I was so cold.
It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out that water.
And the water was cold.
down didn't warm you up.
Yeah. Get another drink.
Yeah.
James, how's the arm? Working now? Your arm and shoulder?
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
I'd say it's getting a little better.
Can you use it?
I can move it like this. I can't move it up. That's as high still, I think.
Oh.
Robot style.
Huh?
Robot style.
Yeah.
The way he's doing that.
We can
Yeah,
help you with that. I grab him in.
I can move it across.
Yeah, pull that.
This part works. It's through here. is not working.
Are you ready?
You could have started opening a minute ago.
Yeah.
Bids were due Friday, the 21st by noon, and all of these were received in that time frame, and I'm going to open them in the order they were received. The first one is from J.H. Strain and Sons. Sonia, would you get me a letter opener?
Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, I have no problem with the material now. Or strength.
No, it's got a little bit of clay in it. Though.
Yeah, it does. But the rock's not bad.
No, it's like a 1-inch rock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than Noble was because the rock there's more rock in it. I guess is what it's saying.
Thank you.
No. But
Did you
down
send
the
Jay
piece so small.
Mm-hmm.
You can beat it to however you want in there. that's a downside to it too.
Question.
And the cost. There's a significant- I don't know,
Only reason we
savings
go over
the
there
years.
is Vulcan takes so long to get in and out of it. I mean, I like that, I like over here. Vulcan's a lot better, but anyway, wait an hour every time you pull in the gate.
They did include their conflict of interest questionnaire, their Form 1295, and their House Bill 89 verification. They're all signed. They bid commercial base at $8.50 per ton, Dublin base, and they put in parentheses 1-inch base, $6.75 per ton. They did not bid oversized rock, but they did bid miscellaneous riprap, $27 per ton. Seal coat topping grade 3, $28 per ton. Seal coat topping grade 4, $28 per ton. Seal coat topping grade 5, they did not bid. Okay. Chat, they bid at $6.50 per ton. And cold mix asphalt, they bid at $175 per ton, and they have in parentheses Abilene.
No, it's 160.
We're good. Sneeze or cough? Okay. I didn't want to
Sonia,
waste a blessing.
Did you get me paper clips too? Paper clips. The next one is not marked as to who it's from. Please.
Look at all this stuff he keeps in his drawers.
Thank you. Okay, they did include the signature page, the certification, no, the Form 1295, and House Bill 89 verification. They did not include the conflict of interest questionnaire. It's from Double P Aggregate. I'm sorry, Diamond P Aggregate.
Who's like, okay, we get that word.
Oh, good.
He said to give it to you.
Okay, thank you. So they did file the conflict of interest questionnaire. And they are bidding commercial base, $10.25 per cubic yard. I'm just going to tell you what they did bid. They bid oversized rock 2 to 4 inches, $14.75 per cubic yard. Oversized rock 4 to 8 inches, $20 per cubic yard. Caliche, $8 per cubic yard. Sand, $8 per cubic yard. And that's all they bid. The next one says unique paving materials on the FedEx air bill.
I don't know who that is.
They're out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Jane, have fun. That's on your side.
I'll start sending my trucks today. Give us a credit card.
They included information and a high performance guarantee. Okay. This is UPM High Performance Cold Mix. The plant says Martin Marietta out of Bridgeport, Texas. And the only thing they bid was cold mix asphalt at $118 per ton. They did include their signature page, their conflict of interest, their certificate of interested parties, their House Bill 89 verification. And the last one is Vulcan Materials.
Did y'all pay that ticket for the strain
Which one?
that Dennis picked up that they charged to me?
Yeah. Yeah, I turned it in.
What did you do with the ticket?
They
They
printed
took it back?
They took it back, I guess, James. Because they printed out a full sheet, a full page ticket, and then that letter signed ticket was a different number to me. And because it threw the totals and the ticket numbers out of sync for me, because they did that.
Okay, they included the signature page, the conflict of interest questionnaire, the House Bill 89 verification, and they bid commercial base $10.25 per ton, Dublin base $11.35 per ton, oversized rock 2 to 4 inches $26 per ton, miscellaneous riprap $30 per ton, sand $15 per ton, cold mix asphalt $150 per ton, hot mix asphalt $90 per ton.
I got to stay away from that riffraff stuff. That doesn't be good.
I didn't know nothing from Vulcan since they stopped bidding chip rock.
Is that all of them?
That is all of them.
Okay.
That's 19 for Dublin.
Which one you use? Commercial?
Commercial.
That's why we started going to strain.
That and the weight.
Yeah.
The water, yeah.
The weight.
Yeah. And the water down pretty bad.
Strain? Only if you're getting it off the bed. Oh, Vulcan? I don't know.
I think you got a lot of water in there.
Strain if you're coming off the belt sweat.
So what's the,
I make a motion, we accept all bids.
A second.
okay, motion to accept all bids. All those in favor say aye. Post same sign. I have a motion to accept. Are we accepting all of them?
Yeah, we accept
Okay,
all.
okay, then we're good to go. I thought we had this, and that's right. For some reason, I was thinking we had to award it to one particular one. Okay, Jay, County Auditor to present fiscal year 2024 GASB statement number 75, post-employment benefits other than pensions, reporting actuarial valuation. That's key.
I did attach it, so if you need a copy, I'll make you a copy.
Sorry, I missed a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
That was Christina and Ginger. Maybe you didn't take from you.
Oh, it was in Ginger's.
All I got, this was all I got from Ginger, was the
Oh, her second email had the attachments.
I didn't do it.
Check with her and make sure there's not a.
Ginger file.
Looking at her. This is evaluation, and it says on page 3 in the executive summary, it's our health and dental coverages, and it is required by Government's Accounting Standards Board. And on page 3, it shows the net OPEB liability, $95,821, and that is up from fiscal year 23's valuation at $79,723. And I'll give you a copy also. Okay. And if you have more questions than that, I will have to direct you to Jim Owens with Cap Risk.
Any questions for Ms. Key? Okay. Let's say just a report only.
You will need to accept it.
Yeah, just a report only. Okay. Motion to accept the report only. From, you say something? Motion by Mr. Crenshaw, second by Mr. Wilson. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, discuss and consider renewal of property insurance coverages through TAC.
It is time to do our annual renewal. I need to first find out if it's the desire of the court to continue with Texas Association of Counties Risk Management Pool. And if so, I have the property renewal schedule ready for signatures. Sonia sent out the property and mobile equipment schedules, and I don't think there were any changes, correct? Okay.
Is this on the, this also cover the grant stuff that we're getting?
We add it as we're getting it. What TAC does is they just bill annually. So on the renewal in July, or the July renewal, we'll have all that equipment on it.
This July.
This July, yes.
What's the thinking of the court on staying with TAC? Okay. Well, you think it's okay, give me a motion.
You got a motion?
All right, motion by Mr. Raines, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Allow you to sign.
And allow me to
How
sign.
many copies as you need? We'll get a box of paper.
Thank you.
Yeah, really. I'm gonna start hitting the county up for reimbursing on my pins.
I guess we'll have to ask TAC. We don't have them yet, so we'll have to ask TAC how they want to
Will
do
be
that.
someday. Many years from now, and they're excavating the courthouse and find documents. How's this one signed by that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Assume that's his signature.
Side note, we may have to add the 5 trailers that are being picked up today to the equipment schedule. Okay, we'll have to find out what TAC wants us to do.
Okay. Okay, we're going into executive section, under personnel matters, under 551074. To discuss, consider health insurance. Ms. Key, I think you're present here.